Hey, Chapel family, this is Ryan Cozy. I hope and pray that everybody's doing well. It has been 1 month to the day since I sent an update out, and my apologies for that. I try to do a couple every month, but the reality is with workload and other commitments and vacation, I've just kind of gotten behind the ball here a little bit. So what I wanted to do was just take a little bit of time and reflect on some things that the Lord has been personally teaching me as it relates to some of my other roles and my responsibilities in the work that I've been entrusted to do here at the chapel. I have just the joy to serve here at the chapel, and one of those areas that I'm serving in is to try to build bridges that exist in the gap of urban and suburban partner churches. And as we all know, these last couple of weeks have just been just indicators of just some of the strain that exists in our country relative to race. And it's not just a believer-unbeliever thing. It's actually even within the dynamic of the evangelical church. And so as I have really tried to heed the advice of our pastor, a couple of weeks ago, Pastor Jerry talked about listening a lot and praying passionately, praying often as it relates to the dynamic and the issues of race. And I have really tried to take that information and that godly counsel to heart. And in addition to praying and listening, I've also sought out resources that may be of help. And there's two that I'd really like to recommend to you. One is actually a book that I'm reading right now. It's called Bloodlines, and it's a book by Pastor John Piper. And it really is a book that just talks about his own experience of realizing his struggle with race and racism, and how God just exposed him to that and helped him to work through that and to make sure that as he was thinking through all things gospel-centered paradigm, running everything through the lens of the gospel. And this book itself has just, Pastor John Piper is someone that I really respect pastorally and as a writer, and I'm learning a ton through his experience of dealing with the issue of race and just how God has shepherded him and taught him over the years about making sure that he's cognizant of running all things through the lens of the gospel and making him all the more aware of avoiding racism in the way that he thinks through things. And it's just been a very strong a book that has just ministered to me and really helped me a lot. And a second book that I would recommend is a book by a gentleman by the name of Dr. John Perkins. And he writes a book called Let Justice Roll Down. And it is a book that was recommended to me through a ministry friend, Breck Cockrell, Pastor Breck at Renovation Church. And it is a book that has ministered to me greatly, and it's through the lens of an African American male who, by the grace of God, has been saved through the truth of the gospel, but has also lived life as a black man in the United States, and just his view on racial reconciliation as a whole. And so, granted, I know that I'm talking about circle groups regularly, and I'm talking about ministering to people as it relates to leadership. But I think that this is just given the reality of where we're at as a country and just the need to be in tune with the Spirit. Is God maybe challenging you as a leader to think through the lens and the lens of the gospel as it pertains to an issue of racism? Racism is an ugly sin, and it is something that I think there's a great opportunity for us as evangelicals to walk with integrity, to steward an opportunity to address this issue well. And as you lead other people through the lens of small groups, I just want to encourage you that these are some resources that may help you as you seek godly wisdom and godly counsel on how to answer the question of race and racism in the United States. It's a great opportunity for us as church leaders to handle this well, to steward this well. And so my prayer to you is that you'll be able to do that. And if there's any questions that you have, any way that I can help you, as I myself am learning in this process, feel free to email me at rkozey@thechapel.com or give me a call at 631-2636, extension 227. God bless you, gang. Thank you for your commitment to leading circle groups. Be well.